Nobody is excited for Cataclysm. Yeah, true.
You know, at BlizzCon 2023, you could have heard a freaking pin drop in the room when Cataclysm Classic was announced.
Our journey will continue into Cataclysm Classic in 2024. The Classic journey started with you as a love letter to the WoW community.
To be fair, this was not the announcement, and it had already been announced and known, but yes, nobody gives a shit. She was very nice, she did a good job announcing it and doing everything, but yes, obviously people are mainly excited about Classic.
We asked what you wanted, you responded to us, and we listened.
Now, I wasn't at BlizzCon personally. I was at an event over that weekend, so I don't know what it was like in the room.
God
but just
damn.
judging from the recording, a lot of people really were not that excited, which is something, to be fair, that we all could have predicted. Cataclysm Classic, yes, there is people out there that want to play it. Of course there's people that want to.
Nobody gives a shit. Like, literally nobody gives a shit about Cata. I mean, I don't even know why they're doing it. I think that they're, like, I don't know, I think it's almost a mistake to do it.
Play it, but the overwhelming majority of players have no interest in this version of World of Warcraft whatsoever. There's some hype, but compared to TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, and even Season of Discovery, Cataclysm Classic just doesn't really resonate with people. And I know that for a lot of you guys, you're probably sitting there wondering.
This is a weird thing because I actually have more nostalgia for Cataclysm than like any other expansion. It's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't done the story of Cataclysm yet, is because it's such a big thing that I want to make sure that I do it the right way, and I'm worried about doing it wrong. Like, because you have to think, like, Cataclysm came out whenever I was, like, first starting college. Like, I first had, like, a ton of free time. I joined, like, a raiding guild again, like, everything.
Why? Because a lot of people watching this video right now, you probably never played Cataclysm back in the day. You probably don't know why so many people for the longest time thought that Cataclysm was WoW's worst expansion. Now, in regards to content and everything that, you know, Cataclysm offered to us as an expansion, it seems cool. I mean, you got a big dragon blowing up the planet and stuff. It's got a good premise. It's got some
Well, like, I read the Day of the Dragon book in, like, 9th grade or something like that. So for me, I was equally as hyped about this as I was about Wrath, if you can believe that. Because I knew who Deathwing was. I knew that we were going to fight Deathwing eventually, and I knew Deathwing was, like, way more fucking powerful than Arthas, right? So I was super hyped about this.
Goblins, these new areas, raids, and so on. But what was the reason people had for not liking Cataclysm back in the day? And what is the reason why today? Why are so many people not interested in Cataclysm Classic? And that's what I'm hoping to answer today.
Because Cataclysm is retail.
Of course, have to thank this channel sponsor, Zygor. It's World of Warcraft's ultimate add-on for leveling, gold making, achievement farming, pet collecting, mount collecting, you name it, it does everything. Check them out down in the description below. So I've got 7 reasons why, 7 things that I have, you know, collected from my own thoughts and from my own memories of the expansion, because I did play it back in the day. 7 things that I would say are the reasons why people are not really into Cataclysm Classic and why they're not that hyped for it. The first point, and this is probably one of the weaker points, which is why I'm saying it first, but for some people out there, it might actually be one of the major reasons why they didn't like Cataclysm.
Why is that?
But it's the fact that the expansion destroyed the world.
That's a massive fucking reason. What do you mean? It's huge. Yeah. Cataclysm was the end of the world as we know it. That it destroyed the nostalgia that people had for doing the old quests, going to the old world. Like, it's a massive fucking reason. Now, I think that reason is much less of a problem now because we have Classic, right? And we have Classic Era, so it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But yes, people were massively attached to it. Not really. The world is very boring in vanilla. It's not about whether it was boring. It's about whether people were attached to it or not. And people were fucking attached to it. I actually went through in Cataclysm and I did every single new quest because I farmed out all the achievements. And I genuinely think that the Cataclysm quests are infinitely better than the original quests. They are infinitely fucking better. They are amazing. But they weren't the original ones, and they weren't what people wanted whenever they first started playing the game. Or weren't what people did whenever they first started playing the game. That's just the truth. And it is a nostalgia reason, but nostalgia is real.
So much in love with. The premise of Cataclysm is Deathwing has popped out of Deep Home. He's causing
Yeah,
chaos,
he's a real
tsunamis,
asshole.
earthquakes,
Nobody likes
volcanic
him.
eruptions, and so on. And so Blizzard got it in their mind of taking Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms and completely revamping these old
The whole
zones.
thing.
And so Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms would
Because
be
let's be honest, some of the zones and the ways that you play classic WoW suck. Like you go to Westfall and there's 2 quests and then all the trappers just instantly kill you if you run away because they have a backstab. It's crazy, so you have to go all the way over to Loch Modan. Now, I think that as you play the game more, and this is something that's discovered with age and time and retrospective, is that those things in the game actually contributed to the genius and the brilliance of classic WoW, because it caused people to go out in the world and, you know, take an approach that they didn't necessarily like. But also, whenever I say something like that, that is something that is appealing to a small minority of players. And do you remember how I said in Wrath of the Lich King, Blizzard tried to attract an audience of people that didn't actually like the game? Well, guess what happens? Well, whenever you make an MMO that plays like an MMO, well then people don't like it because they're not MMO players because they got pulled in from Blizzard. So basically Blizzard changed WoW to appeal to non-MMO journey enjoyers, and they turned it into kind of like a you know, like a much more streamlined experience. And the streamlined nature of it, I think, took away some of the magic.
brought up to sort of a modern standard of questing,
Yeah, a
and
modern
content,
standard. There
and
you
so
go.
on and so forth. Zones were going to be reworked, quest lines were going to change, memorable characters were going to be forgotten, new characters were going to be added. You know, Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms, like the OG, like 2 continents from classic WoW,
Yeah.
are kind of like sacred to the World of Warcraft player. And
They
although
are.
it was
It's the original
exciting
game.
at first, this idea of Deathwing sundering the world and, you know, creating all this change across the 2 continents, everyone was excited for that back in the day, myself included.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But once it was, you know, like once this idea was experienced for the first time, the second time, the third time, you know, leveling up ults and stuff, it quickly felt like a downgrade. And we're gonna come back.
I actually would disagree with that. I actually think that in a massive way, the new quests were better. And I think they were better in like every way. Yeah, I really think the new quests are better in everywhere. I think that it just, the thing is that whenever Cataclysm came out, this was the end of 2010. The game had already been out for 5 years, and people had already made an attachment to the world in a certain way. I think it was really nostalgia.
To this, but it
more
felt like the
gamified.
world
Yeah, no, I
that
get
we
it.
knew and that we loved had just been broken.
It was,
and not
yeah, exactly.
broken from like a lore perspective, like broken by Deathwing.
Yeah.
Like it was broken in that what was special about it, the memorable characters and the quest lines and the things that made us fall in love with
Well, it's
Azeroth.
also like people had built up knowledge of like how to quest and how to level in WoW, and all of that knowledge just got reset and invalidated. And that's like another factor, is that, you know, players' experience and information about the game is now all deleted.
That had been destroyed, and it had been replaced with very linear quests, very
Someone said name one memorable character that was removed with Kata. Oh, Blanchy. Like, that was easy.
simple characters, and a leveling system that really was just designed to get you to level cap as quickly as possible. This was the time when Blizzard was sort of changing things up. They were removing group quests from the level up content.
See, that's what the problem was right there. And like, this is what I'm saying, is that like, while I think that the quests are, so like, I think people can, like, I think this argument that I'm making is like extremely confusing because I'm saying 2 seemingly conflicting things. I think that for what they are, the Cataclysm quests were better, and the questing experience was better as a game. But I think that for creating an MMO environment, the original vanilla WoW quests were better. Is that weird to say? That like the Cataclysm quests on paper and by every definition are better, but the quests in original vanilla WoW, the way their imperfectness created a perfect harmony. It sounds stupid, but like that's what I think.
moving the necessity of needing to use maybe professions to
It's like,
help
how many
you.
of you guys, like back in the day, like, so for Path of Exile, how many of you guys benchmark yourself? How fast can I kill Brutus? How fast can I kill Katava or phase Katava? How fast can I kill Malachi or Vol Oversoul or something like that, right? Like you have like okay, I'm gonna be able to kill this boss this fast, right? To like benchmark your build, like while you're leveling. How many of you guys did that exact same fucking thing in Classic WoW and like Wrath whenever you're benchmarking a new character? Can I solo this quest? Can I solo that quest? Can I do this one by myself? Can I deal with this many mobs? So like it gave a way for players to benchmark themselves and for good players to, like for example, like I went and I killed like Hogger and like Vargash while I was leveling my Warlock. I did all that solo. And it was really kind of fun because it was like, this is what I used to do, right?
Well, not a necessity. It's not like you need professions in Classic WoW, but having, you know, alchemy and having those extra potions to help you when you're questing in the Barrens, or you're doing that Agaman Mills family crypt quest line in Tearsfall Glades, you know, whatever. You can probably conjure up some examples in your head. You know, it was relevant. It was useful. It was handy to have those things. In Cataclysm, not so much. Everything was just kind of nerfed into the ground. Like I said, I'm going to come back to this point several times, but Cataclysm really broke the world. It broke what was special about it.
Cataclysm turned the game from a world into a game. I think that's probably like, I think that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. But that's what I think. Yeah, it turns it from a world to a game.
Move on to the second thing, though. The second thing is that the endgame zones in Cataclysm, from Vashir to Mount Hyjal to the Twilight Highlands, they were all disconnected. This is something that Blizzard learned from. Like, this was an
I actually didn't mind this. I like the new additions to the zones. I thought they were incredible. Like, Vashir is one of the best zones ever made. Hyjal is great. Deepholm is amazing. Twilight Highlands is okay. I don't really give a shit about it that much. And Oldham is also, I guess, good. Although it wasn't for me.
They had never done this before. You know, in past expansions, TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, whenever a new expansion came out, there was a new continent
that
we
didn't
got
like
to
that.
Explore, and all
I
the
liked
zones
in
were
Cataclysm
connected
what
and
they
so on
did.
and so forth.
I loved it.
Blizzard decided to do something different with Cataclysm, where they were going to have all the endgame zones separated and be in different corners of the world.
Yeah, I loved it.
And this was an interesting experiment, but Blizzard has never done anything like this since, because a lot of people did not like this. They didn't like how, oh man, you know, if I want to go from Twilight Highlands to Mount Hyjal, I gotta go through these
never
portals,
cared, but I didn't have a job then.
I gotta waste my Hearthstone and go back to Stormwind, Orgrimmar, whatever. It was annoying. It was frustrating. There was a lot of travel time between the...
I actually don't agree with this either, to be honest with you. And the reason why is because everybody had their Hearth in Stormwind. And also, there were guild perks that allowed you to travel the world more easily, like Have Group Will Travel. And also, you never really had to go from Deepholm to Twilight Highlands regularly, except for like maybe the first few weeks of the expansion farming reputation. So you never really had to do these things functionally. And inside of Cataclysm, there was a portal area for Horde and for Alliance that would take you directly to every single zone. In my opinion, if you had to fly there yourself, I think it would have been better. Because it would have been more like these zones are part of the
pissed me
world.
off.
Different
So
zones.
I'm gonna end
Yeah,
your
the old
virginity
cases,
right
It was just
here
not a-
now.
Yeah.
It was an okay idea. Now, there's nothing objectively wrong with adding more zones into the game. I think it would be cool for Classic Plus down the road, for example, for Blizzard to add new zones into Classic Plus, or finish zones that were just completely, well, not completed.
Like Deadwind Pass.
Like Ajara or Silithus, for example.
Yeah.
But don't make these the end game zones. These should have been questing zones, and the end game stuff should have been condensed into an area, a continent, an island, and so on and so forth.
I actually disagree with that too. I like the idea that the endgame zones are just right in the same area as the new zones. I think that it provides like a tremendous degree of scope and perspective in a game when you're going from like level 20 and level 5, and then you accidentally wander into like Deadwind Pass, and you just have a bird chase you down with an unknown level and it kills you in one hit. Because it creates like a sense of mystery, and it makes you realize like how small you are in the world. So I'm actually a very big advocate of making those zones that are just like these massive, super hard end game zones be right next door to Redridge. And they were. Look at Burning Steps. How many of you guys, whenever you started playing WoW, if you're vanilla, TBC, or Wrath player, what the hell's in there? What do they fight? I mean, they're that small. What happens if we aggro them? And then they hit you and they run you down, you die. Yes, bro. I remember me and Zach did that, like the first month we first started playing WoW. And I remember we swam off the shore of Westfall. Because like, bro, like we beat Elwyn Forest, we beat Westfall, we basically ran the game at that point, right? We were like level 15 or so, level 17. Actually level 17, 16 IRL at the time as well. And we just swim. We're like, well, let's just swim this way and see where we go. We ended up on ZG Island. And there were like these level 63 trolls. And it was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I think we're bad. Bro, are we bad? Like, I think we need to go back. We need to level. Yeah, I think we're bad. And so then it was like a totally different fucking reality check for how big the game was. It was insane.
This is a lesson that Blizzard learned from experience and from Cataclysm, and it was a reason why a lot of people did not like the layout or the zone layout of the.
I love the layout of Ashara or Bashir. Is that it's just out in the ocean. And you wouldn't even know that it's there unless you go underwater. It was actually probably one of the best zones they ever did. And I'll tell you guys why people don't like Ashara or Bashir. It's because whenever Cataclysm came out, Bashir's leveling was way slower than Hyjal. So ever since then, everybody has just hated Bashir because it's a slower leveling zone. If it was a faster leveling zone than Hyjal, people would have liked it.
Game at endgame, if that makes sense.
It's incredible.
The third thing, and I'll keep this very brief, but in regards to Cataclysm, the lore was kind of confusing. Let me ask a question right now. Very simple question.
He's right about this.
What was Deathwing's plan in Cataclysm?
He's mad. Bro, he's fucking mad. Like, hey, look at that mace. That's the two-handed mace from Deathwing at the end of the expansion. You couldn't have this during Tier 11. That didn't come out for another 2 years. That's the normal mode version of the mace. Look at it right there. It's a different mace. No, it's not.
What was it?
Is it?
His plan, to bring
about
it
is. I think that's a two-handed Deathwing mace.
The Hour of Twilight. Like, everybody knows that.
Cho'Gall mace? No,
but what was he doing to bring about the Hour of Twilight? What was he doing personally?
That was true. Nobody understood why the fuck Ragnaros came back, but everybody was happy because it was Ragnaros.
The only thing that Deathwing does, lore-wise, if you really think about it, is he pops out of Deep Home, and he sunders the world. Then he flies around and lights zones on fire, and then he summons Ragnaros in the whole Mount Hyjal area for the Firelands raid, if I remember correctly. And aside from that, that's pretty much it. He's just kind of flying around, just lighting zones on fire, just waiting for his raid to come out. Where, he flies up to Wormrest Accord, and then you got Thrall, and he blasts him with a giant golden dinner plate, and then we jump on his back and we kick his ass.
Which, like, theoretically should have been really cool. Like, the implementation of the Deathwing fight, Deathwing should have been the best fight in the history of WoW.
I'm just forgetting, because it's been obviously a very long time, but looking back at Cataclysm, it just kind of seemed like the villains were there. And it was just, we were kind of just hopping from raid to raid, but the villains didn't really seem to have like a plan or like a well laid out, we're gonna do this, and this to bring about this conclusion. It was just more like, here are the villains, they're trying to bring about the Hour of Twilight, whatever that means, and however that's done, and we gotta stop them. But this was something in Wrath of the Lich King as well. Like, the lore was a bit confusing.
The dungeons were good.
That's a video for another time. I remember talking to my friends about this.
I remember my friend met like his wife in a random Halls of Origination 5-man that we queued into in Cataclysm.
Back in the day, like, what is Deathwing doing? Like, lore-wise, this is when I was really into World of Warcraft lore personally, reading the books and reading the Shattering and stuff. Or I think maybe it was called the Sundering. I don't remember. It was the Warcraft book that came out at the time. And I was just a bit confused, but maybe that's just a personal point from me and my friends at the time. The fourth reason why a lot of people did not like Cataclysm is because of how early game focused it was. Now, for someone like
Yeah, I played the game a lot, and so because I did all the achievements, I got all of the content out of Cataclysm that it had because of the way that I played the game. But in general, yeah, I think that's the case.
Me, like, I'm an altaholic. I love leveling in World of Warcraft. It's my favorite part of the game.
This was the stupidest cinematic that Blizzard's ever done. It was even dumber than the Dragonflight one.
I'm in a minority when I
So
say that.
stupid.
I know that most people are really more focused on the end
dumbest
game and
fucking
stuff.
thing.
But Cataclysm was mostly focused on the early game, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but here we go. The problem was that the early game experience that we got to have in Cataclysm was of a lower quality experience than what we had before. Now, some people
But you have to remember that whenever Cataclysm came out, that's what everybody was wanting. Everybody during Wrath of the Lich King was complaining about the problems that Cataclysm solved. Like, Cataclysm and the revamping of the zones and everything was a response from the players. Or sorry, a response to the players. It's just that the players were wrong. Or they weren't necessarily wrong, they just weren't the right audience for an MMO.
Argue the contrary. They would say, oh no, the storytelling was better and the quests were, like, you know, better laid out and stuff. And you're right, but that's what made it boring. Once you've gone through Silver Pine Forest once or twice or 3 times, you know the story. You've seen Garrosh call Sylvanas a bitch.
Not anymore.
You have,
they took it out.
Gone into Gilneas with the Forsaken and fought with them. You've seen, who was it, Godfrey, when he shoots Sylvanas in the back of the head? You've seen this linear story play out over and over and over. Whereas in classic WoW, you know, what came before, and this is, I mean, I can make a whole video on this subject alone, but you really had the idea of the story was not linear. It just kind of took you wherever you wanted to go. You made your own path. You made your own adventure. You weren't being led from quest to quest to quest. And so the thing is that Cataclysm put all this focus on the early game, and yet the early game felt like a downgrade from what we had before. And
I think that, like, again, at the time, people thought it was pretty good and they were happy about this. And that's what I'm trying to, like, kind of talk about, is that, like, at the time, people were very, very positive about these changes and they thought the new quests were great. Here's an interesting question. If World of Warcraft that came out in 2020 and 2004 had the Cataclysm quest zones, would it have been that good of an MMO? I actually think no. But I think the reason why people don't like them is primarily because of nostalgia. But I actually think that the questing being bad in vanilla WoW caused people to have to do different weird stuff. Like, let me think of an example that works really well with this. Elden Ring. Okay, so with Elden Ring, every single person that plays Elden Ring probably has a different story of how they approached killing Margit because of how hard of a boss it is. Margit is a tremendously hard boss, and every single person will approach Elden Ring and go up against Margit because they follow the path of grace. They go up against Margit and they get fucking stomped, right? And some people go and massively overlevel it. Some people just, like, spend 5 hours, like, you know, learning the game and, like, fucking beating them with their current gear. Some people do summons. Some people look up a strategy and, like, get a +9 weapon and then one-shot Margit instead, you know, with, like, one attack with Comet Azer. And, like, every single person has, like, a different perspective. And that open-ended way that you can approach the game creates a way for a player to tell their own narrative in the game and have ownership of the success in the game in a unique way. And I think that Classic WoW gave players that same opportunity by providing, like, you know, insurmountable at the time challenges that if you're really, really fucking good, you can kill Margit and you just go right up there and you beat his ass. Absolutely you can. But the odds are you're not very good because you just started the game. So I think that's the thing, freedom to choose, right? Classic WoW, remember what I said before about, like, my favorite kinds of games, you know, PoE, Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Classic WoW, they are games that ask you to get to the number 4, but they don't tell you that you have to do 2 + 2. You do 3 + 1, 4 + 0, 5 plus -1, 5 - 1, 6 - 2. You can do anything that you want. 8 divided by 2, 12 divided by 3, doesn't matter. All you have to do is get to the number 4. And I think that games that provide you an open-ended way to achieve goals give players more ownership of the success. Does that make sense? Yes.
This is not some...
And I think this was not something that anybody, I want to keep in mind, this was not something that anybody really understood at the time whenever Cataclysm came out. Nobody really understood the context of, like, why the game was so good, because in a way, we had to have, like, Cataclysm allowed us to realize what the problem was.
Personal opinion that I have, I mean, it is a personal opinion to be fair, but this was a genuine criticism that a lot of people had of Cataclysm back in the day. There was even the fact that the level up experience felt less satisfying because the world had been nerfed. It had been made a lot easier.
Massively easier.
I mentioned earlier in the video
a lot of
that
the group
Blizzard
quests
had
were gone.
removed almost all of the group content from the game.
Yeah, I used to really take a lot of satisfaction out of leveling up a new character and figuring out ways to solo group quests. Maybe that's like a dumb thing, but like I really love that.
There was still some here and there. You can find some in Cataclysm, like the Durnhold quest line, where you do the Durnhold quest. But to be fair, you can solo all of that as a hunter. I remember doing that back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, there's still group content, but it's very few. It's very far between. The world is not challenging anymore. You're just kind of running through it. Even when it comes to talent points in Cataclysm, they removed most of the talent point, like, I don't know the word for it, like potentiality in the game. In World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, you've got, what, 70 talent points that you can play with? I don't even remember off the top of my head. But the point is, in Cataclysm, you have, whereas you would think that you would get 75 talent points, the level cap going from 80 to 85, no, Blizzard actually nerfed the whole talent system, and in Cataclysm, you're only going to have 41 talent points. You're only going to be getting a talent point every other level. So the leveling was faster, it was more linear, it was more boring, it was less rewarding, it was less engaging, and so...
So here's really another fucking thing, is that y'all remember those stupid motherfuckers that you would see back in Wrath of the Lich King, and you would inspect a Death Knight, and he'd have, his talent points would be 20 points, 20 points, 20 points, because players were just so fucking stupid they didn't understand their talent builds? Or you'd say somebody who had every single point in the same tree. Well, Blizzard made it in Cataclysm to where you had to actually select your capstone talent in order to select talents from another talent tree. And this was like kind of like a noob protection, but it also made builds less interesting. It made making builds less interesting because it removed a lot of customization.
Like, even though there was all this emphasis put on, like, the early game
they were still
to make
garbage.
it as great as possible for a new player coming into the game, but it actually had the opposite effect. The opposite effect occurred with Cataclysm, and people found the new early game, well, kind of boring. Very boring, in fact.
I didn't mind it
The first
personally.
time you go through it, it's fun. But after that first time, I'm telling you, it's dull. But, some people feel that way about classic WoW too, so to each their own.
Maybe it's like an example of like, again, like Dark Souls 1 or Elden Ring, and like how open-ended the experience of playing the game is, and comparing it to Final Fantasy 16. Where like Final Fantasy 16 is like an incredible, amazing game, but it doesn't have a lot of replay value because it's very uniform and it's the same every single time. Whereas with Elden Ring or Dark Souls, you can approach the game in a completely different way.
The fifth point was the introduction of a lot of group finder content. This was something that really hurt the social element of the game during Cataclysm's lifespan, and it was something of great controversy that still kind of exists to this day. You can find threads where people still talk about this on the forums and on YouTube videos and stuff. The introduction, or rather the making the game revolve very heavily around looking for group and later on looking for raid. And so people have a sour taste in their mouth when it comes to Cataclysm because of that.
Adding an automatic queue was a bad idea. I believe that you should be able to play with anybody on any server at any time in any way. Servers are a technical limitation, and all they do is separate players and make the game worse. That being said, I do not think there should be any automated group finding. Players should be making their own groups and deciding who they play with and what they're gonna do together all the time. Maybe for like holiday events, right? Like a Hoon or something like that. Sure, it makes sense, automated group finding, because it's just like basically fun content. But actual challenge content, no, I don't think so. It works great for Mythic Plus. It does, exactly. Yeah, Mythic Plus effectively solved that problem. Disagree, makes a better experience, yeah. Group Finder is bad. Hard disagree. Okay, let me explain why I believe this, okay? So the problem really is that whenever a group finder is used, and it's an automated group finder, you now are at the mercy of the game's selection choice. How many of you guys got groups sometimes in like the End of Wrath that had 2 people with ICC 25-man heroic gear? And you just cleared the dungeon and it was like nothing ever happened. And how many of you guys also had some group with a guy that's using gear from like Burning Steps, and he's level 80 and he's tanking Halls of Reflection? Okay, like he has no idea, he's getting killed in like 1 hit. Or like in Burning, or like, yeah, in Cataclysm, they still have gear from Wrath of the Lich King questing, right? Because they just quested all the way through. And the problem is that whenever you have automated group content, you create an expectation in the player's mind that the content will be easy and that they will be able to clear the content. And if the player is not able to clear the content because the group that they were assigned is bad, they won't play, they will blame the game, because the game has effectively engineered a situation that wastes their time and causes them to fail. And that's what ended up happening, and that's why they ended up continuing to nerf the dungeons and the raids in LFR and LFD. So that's the reason why I think you need to remove automated group finding, because it creates situations where the game engineers fail states. And I don't think the game should engineer fail states. There isn't a conversation on how to prepare. Yeah. Streaming at the city is not wasting time. No, I don't think you should have to do that either. I think that the current retail, like bulletin board system that they have, should be what the entire system is replaced by. And I would even be okay with for heroic and normal dungeons, especially in retail WoW, to teleport directly to them. This is not a good system overall. Yeah. I agree, but what's the alternative to being able to find players and pick at the same time? You just open up a group finder and you join a group. What's the problem? Why can't you just apply to a group and get invited, or make your own group? Gatekeeping? Make your own group. If gatekeeping is this big of a problem, the people that complain about gatekeeping are 9 times out of 10 just trying to get carried.
Those two things, it was sort of like Cataclysm.
Like, oh, I've got applied to the new raid. I have greens. I'm getting gatekept, Blizzard. Get the fuck out of here, pussy. Make your own group. Learn to fight. Get better gear. Stop trying to get carried. Gatekeeping. Get the fuck out of here.
Began sort of the death of the MMO, like the whole massively multiplayer element, and it started to introduce this idea of being a single player World of Warcraft player, where you didn't need to get into a guild, where you didn't need...
I actually disagree with this too, because this Cataclysm was the first expansion that incentivized guilds more than any other expansion, because they added levels and different rewards for being in a guild. And on top of that, I think that playing Classic WoW, the reason why it was extremely successful is because you could play the game solo, and you didn't have to rely on other players in the same way that you did in older MMOs like Ultima Online or EverQuest. So I think that the success of Classic WoW was primarily around the fact that grouping was heavily incentivized and it was massively rewarded, but it was not mandatory. And I think in Cataclysm, guilds were even more incentivized.
To interact with people, you didn't need to go out and make friends in order to conquer the world, and people really did not like that. The 6 point, going back to the whole LFR thing,
yeah, it was also
patched
phasing
10.2, the Dragon Soul raid.
Ooh.
Now, for those that don't know, the Dragon Soul
10.2, it was 4.3.
That patch 4.2 was the longest lasting patch in World of Warcraft history.
At the time, yes, it was. I remember I quit playing for like almost an entire, I thought it was 4.3, because that's whenever the dungeons came out as well. But I could be wrong. Either way, wait, 4.2. Yes, because, okay, so 4.0 was Cataclysm, 4.1 was ZG and ZA, 4.2 was Firelands, and 4.3 was Hour of Twilight, which was the new 5-mans, and then also Dragon Soul. Yes, I was right. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is that clearly, I forgot even what I was going to say.
4.2 lasted, get this.
Oh yeah, how long the patch was. Yeah, the patch was a massive dead time. Massive, huge, long period of time where nobody was playing the game. Yeah.
I didn't even remember it was this long. It lasted from November of 2011 until Mists of Pandaria was
September
released
25th.
in September of 2012.
Yep.
I remember doing the whole Hour of Twilight raid. I remember doing it on LFR, doing it on normal. This was the time when, for me personally, I really got deeper and deeper into role-playing because there was nothing to do in World of Warcraft for months. The game was completely stagnant. It was completely dead. Nothing was happening. The raid had been raided. PvPers were bored.
I had best in slot gear. I just basically quit. Yeah, I just pretty much stopped playing.
Nothing was going on, and people were pissed off about this. Cataclysm, you probably are starting to understand as this video is progressing.
And by the way, I remember during ICC was a massive fucking time period too. Like, I remember I made a joke, and I was like, you could have literally had a kid in the time that just ICC was out as a raid. And my friend Zach was like, well, actually, yeah, Hayden did. Because we had a friend, and, like, he played WoW with us all the time in Burning Crusade and Wrath. And in Wrath, I guess, I don't know, like, there's too much of a raid drought. He got bored, and he just started having, he had a fucking kid, man. He had a kid before Cat even came out. And then the same guy who had the kid went back and on day 1 of Cataclysm got the Realm First Skinning Master. I remember that. It's the stupidest fucking thing, bro. Like, he had like back-to-back Realm First Master Skinner. Yeah, he was so bored. Yeah, it was so boring he had sex. Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why people had a sour taste in their mouth in regards to Cataclysm because of so many lackluster things going on with this expansion. It's kind of like the LFG, or rather the LFD, the LFR crap. It just has Cataclysm, you just associate the word with this very sour time in World of Warcraft history. A time of controversy, a time of boredom, but really everything has
and also, like, at the end of Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria came out in September, and in May, I believe, I think it was May, Diablo 3 came out, and it was a huge disappointment. A lot of people were really negative about Diablo 3.
Leading to this. The 7th point is very simple, and it's just simply the fact that Cataclysm is not really considered WoW classic.
No, it's not.
It's not considered classic World of Warcraft, the OG golden era of the game. Cataclysm is when the game went on full decline, which is when
classic WoW is vanilla, BC, and Wrath, and then Cataclysm isn't classic. It's just not.
People in droves began to leave World of Warcraft. And the reason why, the big fundamental reason as to why people do not consider Cataclysm to be classic World of Warcraft,
they changed the world fundamentally. They changed everything about the game.
It's really subjective, but I think it boils down to this, based on comments that I've seen here on Nixium or on forums and stuff, or even in game.
I used to be the guy that would call which leg to hit.
This simple fact: Cataclysm is a completely different game to the game that came before.
It was.
In the events of Wrath of the Lich King, if I remember correctly, Blizzard was purchased by Activision, and during, Cataclysm's development, Blizzard got a completely different design philosophy for Cataclysm compared to what they had for Vanilla WoW, TBC, and Wrath of the Lich King. And
I don't think it was really that much different than, like, Wrath. I think it was a lot the same, especially, like, was ICC that much different than Firelands in terms of, like, how the game is designed. Like, obviously the raid's very different, but, like, it's basically the same thing.
See what I'm talking about? Like, I was talking about it at the beginning of the video, but when you start playing through the world, you're going to see how Blizzard has nerfed the social element of World of Warcraft in Cataclysm. You're going to see how there's less group content. There's less of a need for trading with your fellow players.
And I think the word need is very important, because one of the things that like WoW did is it caused people to come out of their shell, because a lot of people that play, you know, games like this are like kind of introverted, you know, not super social, but it caused people to be social because of how rewarding it was. And Cataclysm removed that need.
Less of a community element. You're going to see how the world feels more linear. It's more boring and dull. You're going to see how everything just seems to be designed to just get you on a linear path that takes you to endgame as fast.
Cataclysm started at level 85. Vanilla WoW started at level 1. This was a problem that Blizzard created, I would say, in Burning Crusade. And I think that it was made worse in Wrath. And really, it was just made worse in Cata as well.
Fast as possible. That way you can start consuming the new raids and whatever the end game content is. You gotta play it to really understand it. For those of you guys like me who played back in the day, you probably know what I'm talking about. But when Cataclysm came out, it felt like a completely different game from the game that we had played,
it was,
you know, previously in Wrath of the Lich King TBC, and especially Vanilla. Cataclysm was a full departure from like the vanilla design philosophy. If you go and watch like the behind the scenes videos of classic World of Warcraft, meaning vanilla WoW, back when Blizzard was developing it back in like 2003, 2002, and they're talking about that development and what their design philosophy was for the world and questing and leveling up and group content and so on and so forth, it is radically different compared to Cataclysm. It's a
I think that that's true. It's massively true. And do you remember yesterday whenever we watched the video about Baldur's Gate 3 and about how studios need to have people that are working at the studio that have like that massive degree of understanding and oh, what's the word for it? Like insight and vision. I think that Classic WoW, like if you listen to the guys that made Classic WoW talk about games, it becomes immediately evident that they understand games on a very intimate level, and you don't see people just like randomly talking about that stuff. Like these random game developers that are like, oh, this is the way, we're making this game and everything. Like they have an understanding of the way that people play games and the way that people think that makes them world builders and game designers. And those are the people that made Classic WoW. And I think that also, if you ask any of them, at least Kevin Jordan said this, he's like, yeah, a lot of the things in Classic WoW, they were really good, but we didn't mean for it to be that good. You know, it just kind of happened. It was an accident, it was a mistake, and it just turned out to be really good. So I think that that's also another good indicator, because I think that whenever you're on the right path to something, you will have happy accidents and serendipitous outcomes. And whenever you're not on the right path to something, you'll have setbacks and failures that you could have never predicted for. And I think that's, yeah, it's like an intuition. And it's also a lot of psychology to it.
Completely different mindset with less of the community in mind, with less challenge in mind, with less RPG-ness, adventure, and so on, and just kind of more convenience.
By the way, this boss was fucking insane. It was one of the best bosses Blizzard had ever made. Like, the Lister's was nuts.
Ease,
such a good
more like it's kind of like one of the things of Cataclysm. It was like Blizzard wanted to make the game more easy to get into, and you know, easy for a new player to just jump in and fall into Azeroth and you know, get to end game and start, you know, PvPing and stuff. And yet it had the exact opposite effect to what Blizzard intended. People preferred the old world. They preferred.
That's because the developers that made, like the people that were making decisions at that time, and like even now, I think this is especially true with retail WoW, they give players what they want, but not what they need. I know it sounds kind of cliche to say, but I think it's true. They focus on responding to what players want and then just giving them what they want. And I think that like Blizzard has had like individual moments of like absolute like sublime genius of like how they solve certain problems in the game. But in a general sense, I think it's very hard for them to understand like why certain things are successful. You remember whenever Season of Discovery was announced, and I said that I was very concerned about how these new like specs and everything else will change the game in a way to remove some of the magic out of Classic. And like that's kind of what I'm talking about. Now is Season of Discovery doing that? We don't know yet, right? It's just too early. We'll know in like 6 months. But overall, I think it is something to be aware of.
The old way of doing things. They did not like this very linear I could go on and on about this. The point is, I'm just going to end it here because this video is really freaking long. The point is when you play Cataclysm Classic, you will see that it is a huge departure
it's very
from
different
like
game.
what you have played before in Wrath of the Lich King and in TBC. I'm sure there's more that, you know, I could have thought of, but, you know, I'm just sitting here. I just got a couple of notes on a piece of paper. I'm just ranting out of my ass at the moment. Maybe I'm getting some things wrong. I don't know. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, guys. But this video is just to try to help some of you guys that are sitting there a little confused as to why, you know, why that BlizzCon room, you know, was so dead silent when they were announcing Cataclysm Classic. Because really, no one gives a damn about Cataclysm Classic. And maybe there's some people that do, but compared to
dozens
Wrath,
of them.
TBC, and especially Vanilla, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
And that's the video right there. Holy shit. Yep, there it is. It ain't nothing. I mean, I think that's probably true. I'll link y'all the video. This is a good one. It's a nice. You know, Nixium's been streaming recently. I'm glad to see that. I am. You think he was playing hardcore? I hope he's playing Season of Discovery too. Yeah, Nixium's great. I've watched Nixium for, I don't know, 10 years, something like that. Yeah, there's his video right there. And make sure to give it a like. That was great. And I do think that he's right about a lot of the things. And like, you know, with Deathwing and everything, it's like, I actually, as I said, I think the only point that I really do disagree with is that I really loved how the end game zones were integrated into Old Azeroth. I loved that. That was my favorite part about Cataclysm. Is like you were actually in the old world and it felt like you were playing World of Warcraft again and not Continent of Expansion, which is usually what it is. So I was a huge fan of this. I love this.
When you get plague, we'll try to get square fast and then move into X.
The bird! The fucking bird! It was the fucking bird! The bird got the fucking beam, or sorry, the meteor, and they moved the bird all the way down here instead of on the group, and then it killed this one individual guy because he was the farthest to the left. It wasn't even his fault. It was the hunter's fault. The hunter shouldn't have moved the pet that way. He fucked up. The bird wasn't the word. It absolutely wasn't. Bro, this guy got annihilated. One tap. Deleted. Now you've got to make a new character because the hunter doesn't know how to control the bird. Wow, that's sad. That fucking sucks, dude.
No!
That actually fucking. And you see the bird go back up there, right? Oh, bro, what an idiot.
Save your rage, save your rage.
Dude, it's not.
Wow, that sucks. That sucks such a big fucking dick. That is insane how big of a dick that sucks. Wow.
Okay. ZX. Okay.
I mean, they have two mages. They have two mages. They should be able to do this, right? I mean, like, even if they aggro a bunch of extra stuff, they should be able to, they can just AoE it all down, right? They got a paladin healer, too. Like, this is no big deal.
Don't do any AoE.
Don't do any AoE. Don't do any AoE. Guys, don't do any AoE. Oh, somebody did AoE.
There we
We
go.
only pulled two.
Two
We're good,
mobs.
we're good. I don't know how we even pulled them.
They could- What is this? This is our guild? Wait, what? No, it's not. Oh, this is our guild? Wait, this is our fucking guild? No! No, this is on our fucking guild. This is our fucking guild.
I'm pulling back
Okay.
more.
Don't you die.
More from behind.
Might need a petri.
Don't you die on me.
Ah,
Don't you
gotcha,
fucking
gotcha.
die on
Oh,
me.
we got a petri.
Actual?
Actually. What the fuck? How do we even pull those?
Leave Leave the group, bro. Now, leave the group so you can repetri.
I don't know.
Now, turn it off and put it back on.
I hope everybody gets
No, no, you're not gonna, bro. You're not about to die, are you? What are you
You
doing?
got bubble up.
What are you doing?
Boys.
What are you doing, bro? What are you
Stop
doing?
popping up, leave group.
What are you doing? Don't even fucking.
Somebody try to invite him. Resetting?
What are you doing?
Bad boys. Bad boys. GG's.
The sad thing about this is I actually think that he could have survived. All he needed to do was use the shield wall, run up to the top, jump down, so they have to chase him, and then he could have probably run all the way out. And he had another Petri he could have used.
Are you actual?
Well, we're not going to have to kick him out of the guild, are we?
Man, I'm sorry. So we needed to go outside and fight him. We could have never fought him inside there.
Hey, I mean, that's my fault, I guess, then. So, I mean, everyone else survived?
Yeah, just.
I mean, that's decent, right? He took accountability. He's like, I fucked up. It is what it is, right? Yeah. All right.
Sorry you died, man. I guess because you need a special macro to be able to leave the group as the party leader.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is, bro.
That is stupid, by the way. Like, I actually like that. See, he is a viewer. That is stupid, by the way. Like that. Like you have to have a macro to leave group as a party leader because it doesn't teleport you out. So yeah, I mean, how would somebody know that? That's a literal. That's like a game function.
At least y'all didn't die. Fuck it.
Yeah, bro. Like, what a good. See that? That's my guild right there. This guy fucked up, but it's okay.
I mean, Ray isn't
He's
the one
here?
worried about dying.
GG's, man.
I am.
Yeah, I'll be 100%.
Really?
I've got
I'm
fucking
sure
sprints.
Eddie's gonna die.
Nah,
If that happens to you again, by the way, have somebody else invite you, and then have them remove you from the group, and then sometimes it will trigger the thing, the timer.
bro, I got
No,
sprints
he's not
and
gonna
a pot.
Okay, so he's gonna have to fight the robot.
Well, that doesn't help you much when you get dazed.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, sure.
Trust me, I've got evasion. I'm stacked, bro. Trust me, I've got evasion. I'm stacked, bro.
He's stacked.
You gotta. We're comparing you to a mage. You understand that, right?
I'm just saying, I'm not dying.
Mm-hmm.
I may have spoke too soon.
I was gonna say.
Run.
You.
Yeah, run.
Oh.
So about all that,
Oh my
Bro.
god,
dude, I got destroyed. I potted.
bro, he
I
got stomped. Holy shit.
popped evasion. I sprinted.
Honestly, dude, the instant you took that first hit, I was like, nah, you failed.
Jesus.
Yeah. I just
That's
didn't want to
brutal.
distract you by saying shit. Can I just say that I fucking called that shit?
Oh god.
No.
You can't. The water's too shallow. Yeah, the water's too shallow at the bottom. You don't want to do this. Oh wait, no. No. Yeah, you can do this. Yeah, you can. Yeah, no, you can jump this. Never mind. I thought it was somewhere else.
Dude, please. What the fuck, fire!
Wait, how did he die? Wait, guys.
What fuck, fire! Dude, please.
Did he have water walking? Oh my god, that's a level 60 character.
Bro, what are you doing, man? He jumped off with water walking. I'm not jumping off. What if someone gives me water walking?
Bro, who did it? Yeah, look at Jerry, bro. Look at Jerry, HC. How could he possibly gotten water walking? It's because Jerry put water walking on him. What the fuck are you doing putting water walking on people? It's only one shaman. Epic troll, yeah. Now go spend 200 more hours leveling your new character, okay, man? Is that Russell in the background?
Well, actually, it wasn't live, so it was this fucking arcane mage just running away from me the entire game. But I did also not get live
Run, bro, run! What are you
If I was
doing?
an arcade mage, I would 100% be running away from the hunter too.
What are you?
I'm playing survival right now, and they're still running. Fucking bullshit.
Oh.
I'm gonna die.
Wait, you're gonna die? On your ult? On your main?
On my main. Actually, that's fucking die.
Oh.
Go live, go live.
Go live.
I can't.
Hellstone. Fear.
I can't. I'm dead.
Die. Die.
Bro, his friends, man. His friends. They're like, die, man. Die, die. Go live for content. I want to see it die. Bro.
Go live, go live, go live.
I can't go live. I just fucking died, man.
No
Level
fucking
49.
way. No way you did.
Screaming dead body.
Everybody's laughing at him.
No fucking way.
Oh my fucking god, that is amazing.
Hey folks, this is Brenda. I'm sorry to interrupt
Wow.
the video real quick, but I'd like to take a moment and talk about sponsorships for this channel. This channel is not monetized due to YouTube policies in regards of untransformed content, stuff like that. We did not have any sponsorships to this day, mainly because we don't want to promote things that we personally don't really like. So that's why we only promote our own merchandise. There is a project though I'd like to show you. This project is something I'm personally involved in, and
What is this?
I started it with
These
a
aren't
couple of
NFTs, are they?
friends, and it's called Live Spirits.
Is
Live
this
Spirits are companions for your live streams and can
For
engage
these-
with your audience. What's really cool about this is Live
What?
Spirits responds to events like follows, subs, donations, and more. So it will really bring your
So are these VTubers for boomers?
streams to life. We just launched this and constantly working on new additions to the catalog.
It's
So if you're
VTubing
interested
for
in Live
boomers.
Spirits, please visit our website. The link and the promo code, which gives you 10% off, is down below in the description. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. And now let's get back to some hardcore content. See ya.
I love how in order to get classic WoW players to like understand VTubers, all you had to do is put them in 16-bit graphics and they're like, oh yeah, it's like the games I grew up playing. Oh yeah, man. Gaming used to be so much better back then. I tell you something, man. I was the best at Mario. All right, now what? Okay. All right, what could possibly go wrong here? Oh, you pull more mobs. Just kill them. You're good. They should be, by the way, if you're ever in one of these situations, you need to kill this fucking basilisk, by the way. Like, these basilisks are the dick destroyers. They do way more damage, they stun you, and they have the highest health. They're the strongest mobs. Like, not attacking the basilisks is stupid. Should 100% be attacking basilisks. Good resist. Roach out. Help, I'm alive! Trying. Oh. You can't, bro, you can't. He's dead. He's done. It's over. He's dead. Don't you do it. Don't do it. I have no vanish. You can't do it. You have to watch him die. It won't matter. The mobs that are gonna reset are gonna come back and kill him. Yeah, he's gonna die. Like, he was dead. Yeah, he's dead. He would have done nothing. We needed some Novas. You guys needed some basilisk damage. That's what you needed. They should have never run away like that. There's only 5 mobs. They could have killed them easy. Yeah, they should have never run away. Stand your ground. Stand your fucking ground. Every time. Oh, that's a lot of mobs. Ooh, good bomb. Really good bomb there. Really smart bomb. Mage is gonna die, probably in like 1 second, right? Oh, he's gonna get the flame strike off, right? Oh, bro, he had to cancel it. Ooh. is, there it is. Well played so far. They're doing really well. This is good. Look at the kiting. This is impressive. Because this was a real fuck up. And they, ooh. The Nova, yeah. Ooh. Ouch. He went into Nova, bro. Like and it was going so well. And he just got, man. That's sad. That sucks. Damn. What even killed him? I hardly ever do this dungeon, so like I don't really. Was it like? It's some sort of like green effect, right? NPC backstab? I don't think so, right? They explode? Yeah, that's what it looked like. Man, yeah, I haven't done this in such a long time. I don't really remember that. Fuck, that sucks. That sucks. Fucking healer. What? He goes, what? No, I'm sorry. I'm just that pissed. Yeah, I bet you are. Okay.
You're really low.
Why don't you heal him?
You might be in trouble.
Just heal him. Just heal him.
Just make sure you got shield block up. Try to jump off and kite. You got to kite. Jump off.
Right?
Jump.
Can you jump that way? I don't think you can. Oh, you can? I didn't know that.
I'm bandaging.
We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. I'm slowing. You gotta run. Just run.
I'm running.
Oh, look at bro, that was so smart because you see what he did there, right? He ran down the ramp partially to avoid fall damage.
Nice. Just keep running. We can kill him.
Okay, I'm ready. Jesus Christ.
That was fucking smart. What a wizard. Oh no, not this again. Oh no. Oh no, no, not this again. Are you kidding me? F bro, wow. That is fucking sad. That is awful. Jesus. There it is, bro. Like, yeah, that's a suicide bomber right there. There it is. I actually, so you can use, it's a malfunction with your goblin mortar. And if the malfunction happens, it will do AoE damage around you. So in my opinion, I think they should just take this out of the game. They should take the take the damage that it deals to other people out of the game. I don't know why it's like this. No, hell no. No, I think so for sure. Because it's like it's the ultimate grief. You can just use this and kill another player on your faction in a city. Yeah, anyone say no is a moron. Because, see, here's the thing. There is almost never an instance of this happening that isn't a grief. Every person who's doing this is griefing. So why are you letting people do it? Just take it out. Because, like, if it's funny, then you lose people because nobody wants to play a game where they just get griefed all the time. And, like, whenever you make somebody lose a lot of their time, they're just gonna stop playing the game. Let's be honest, right? Yeah, it's funny until it's you. Yeah, if it's your character like that, you're gonna be fucking furious. Yeah, I think they absolutely should take that out of the game. I'm amazed that it's even there. Oh shit, level 33.
I did not know.
Now you do. Oh. Oh. No. No. No, how many years has it been? How many years? $56 dead. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Wow. That's how it goes. The funny thing is that if he wasn't a cat, he wouldn't have jumped that far and it wouldn't have happened. We got ourselves a jumper! Well, that was all me. Everyone hear of a parachute cloak failing? How about just wait? Should be fine. I can't do that yet. You're not going anywhere. Just kill them. Bro, just kill them. What are you doing? Just kill them. Like.
Am Start. Was ist das denn?
Das ist Country, oder? Der Trade? Ich würde sagen, das ist Country. Ist das Country? Nein, das ist doch.
He pulled the Miz. Bro, he went and he pulled the fucking Miz. What a fucking mistake. He's dead. He's 100% dead. Yep, he's gonna get slowed.
Ja, das hätte es krass einstecken können. Also das ist...
Yes! There it is, there it is.
Rechts oben weg.
No. Yes! Alright! Okay, there it is, boys. We got him. That's what happens. That's what fucking happens. Every game is... How's Baldur's Gate 3 different from Divinity Original Sin 2? It's probably not that much different in a lot of ways. Like, you could say that with anything. What about Honkai changed? It was on the bathroom? Yeah, I think Honkai is the first, like, actually good turn-based game that's not just trash, in my opinion. So yeah, I liked it a lot. We good, chat? Servers are up? Yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, I'd say Baldur's Gate 3. And then, best indie action. Battlement, Blasphemous, Last Epoch, Hollow Cure, Brotato, or Halls of Torment. I have only heard good things about Halls of Torment. And, sorry, Brotato, I mean. I played Halls of Torment, and you can kind of assume that's probably why it's on the list. What do you guys think about this? Because I am just like Last Epoch and Brotato, I haven't played those really. Yeah, Epoch is just slept on. Blasphemous or BattleBet. Halls of Torment, hands down for me personally. You guys think so? Best indie action game? Now, in my opinion, what was my favorite game to play as an action game this year? I would say I like Blasphemous 2 the most. That was my favorite, but I didn't play Last Epoch, and I didn't play Brotato. So I'm not sure. I really, really like this game. Best indie adventure game. Again, I don't really think that, I haven't really played any of these fucking games. What do you guys think? Oh no, I played Sons of the Forest, that's right. Yes, I did. I did play Sons of the Forest. Sea of Stars is sick? Yeah. Alright, we'll go with Sea of Stars then. Baldur's Gate 3 is an indie game. There's a problem, and we talked about this ourselves, like that, it's kind of hard to define, like, what an indie game is, right? Because, like, is it self-publishing? Is it the size of the studio? Is it the type of the game, etc.? So it was kind of hard for us to decide, like, you know, where is that line? And it's been a conversation that people have talked about with a lot of video games in the past, like, 2 or 3 years. The size of the studio, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of undefined right now. Best indie roguelike. Hollow Cure, Save the Fans, Halls of Torments, Dome Keeper, Backpack Hero, Darkest Dungeon, or Wall World. Now, my opinion on this, the game that I like the most, you know it, I know it, everybody knows it, it's Halls of Torment. I love this fucking game. It was amazing. I love the style of it, everything like that. It was fucking great. I played Halls of Torment off stream a lot, and I thought it was super fucking fun. So that's what I think. Second probably would be Hollow Cure, but that's because I didn't really play these other ones. I know a lot of people really liked Darkest Dungeon too. Let's see here. Best Indie RPG. I feel like this would be Sea of Stars. I do. I feel like this would definitely be Sea of Stars. What do you guys think? Sea of Stars, 100%? Yeah. Yep, there it is. Let's see here. Last Epoch. A lot of people say Last Epoch. It's probably between these two. As I said, I haven't played either one of them, so I'm not sure. I guess I'll just click on this one, but I don't really know. Best Indie Shooter. I feel like also this is a one-horse race. If BattleBit is in the race, BattleBit should win. It's not even close. It was a massive breakout success in a way that people had never really seen. So yeah, I think it was huge, massively popular, amazing, and I would 100% go with it. Best indie strategy game, never played any of these, I have no idea. Thronefall, Played Up, For the King, Backpack Battles, I don't know. Best indie game of the year, I would say would probably be... I don't know. Pizza Tower? A lot of people like Pizza Tower. Dark and Darker? Like, Dark and Darker and Hollow Cure are the only two that I played a lot. I guess we'll pick probably BattleBit, maybe, I don't really know. I'd have to really think about this, I'm not sure. Best Action. Guys. Armored Core 6, Final Fantasy 16, Resident Evil 4, Remnant 2, Spider-Man 2, or Hi-Fi Rush. Guys, I think it's Armored Core and it's not even remotely close. Armored Core is fucking amazing. It is astonishing. It is so good. Like, it's amazing. Such a great game. Easily Armored Core 6, in my opinion. Not even close. Remnant was okay. Yeah, I thought Remnant was great too. Absolutely. Let's see here. Resident Evil 4. Yeah, between Armored Core 6 and Final Fantasy 16 in my opinion. I think so too. But I also think that Remnant deserves to be here too, because I think Remnant is that good. Best adventure game. Baldur's Gate 3, Legend of Zelda, Dave the Diver, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, and Jedi Survivor. You guys think Baldur's Gate 3? Dave the Diver? A lot of people like Dave the Diver. Baldur's Gate 3, I've played all of them. Alright, that's probably true. Best RPG, probably also going to be Baldur's Gate 2, right, guys? Or 3, I mean. What about Starfield? Hey, guys, what about Starfield? What about that? Does anyone like Starfield? Like, hey, come on. It makes, yeah, what is this? We gotta have at least somebody, right? No? Okay, that's fine. So yeah, probably Baldur's Gate 3 with this. I'm not too surprised about that. Kind of makes sense, right? Star what? Yeah. Let's see here. Best shooter. Valorant, BattleBit, Counter-Strike 2, Apex, Rainbow Six Siege, Fortnite. I think Fortnite. Now, if you're talking about competitive shooter, I would go with CS2 or Valorant. But I think best shooter in general right now is Fortnite. Bro, come on. Fortnite is massive. It's huge. And I think the game plays extremely fucking well. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, am I crazy? That's what I think. And I'll take absolute bullshit. You guys don't think so? Really? That doesn't matter to the size. It asks best shooter. Well, I think that a lot of people play it because it's really good. Like, Counter-Strike 2 is a great game, but, like, it is what it is. Like, Fortnite is constantly reinventing itself, constantly doing these events, doing these in-game events. It brought back, like, the old map. People went crazy about that. Dude, I think Fortnite absolutely deserves to win this. No, if you want to say Counter-Strike 2, I don't think that you're necessarily wrong. I don't think Valorant's wrong either. I'm not saying that you're wrong. This is just my opinion. I think it's Fortnite. I do. I think it's fucking Fortnite. It's subjective and too broad. Best shooter how? Yeah, exactly. It's hard to say. But that's my opinion, the best shooter. Best strategy game. Advance Wars 1 and 2, Warcraft Rumble, Pikmin 4, Cities Skylines, Baldur's Gate 3, and Fire Emblem. Was Pikmin any good? The new one? I haven't played a Pikmin game since Pikmin 1. I don't even think I played Pikmin 2. Cities Skylines all day. Yeah, I haven't really played any of these, so I'm not really sure. Let's scroll all the way up. And we have our Game of the Year. Baldur's Gate 3, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy 16, or Armored Core. I think that it's kind of obvious that Baldur's Gate 3 is the Game of the Year. And I think that it's just like, there's no way that it's not going to be Game of the Year. I think it's going to be a massive sweep. I don't even think the next one is going to have half as many votes. It's huge. I think Game of the Year is Baldur's Gate 3, and in my opinion, it's not even close. Like, there is like 50 video essays online about why is it such a good game. Like, people are going to look back at Baldur's Gate 3 in like 10 or 20 years and be like, man, I remember whenever this game came out, that was great. Like, this is gonna be a nostalgia game for people in like 10 or 20 years. 100 fucking %, man. Generation defining, it is. Jedi Survivor was good. I wish it was better optimized. Well, they optimized it like 2 days after release. Like, Jedi Survivor, where was it? Is it down here? Yeah. Jedi Survivor was a good game, but I don't think that there was like anything special about it. It was just a good Star Wars game. I don't think it was bad, but it just like, there was nothing that was like, oh man, like this is really what it's all about. But yeah, there's the voting if you guys want to vote. The show is going to be very, very soon. Extremely soon. So there was a 4chan copy pasta that was going around about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit less than that. I think it was like somewhere around the PlayStation 4 era. And it was about having to drink Mountain Dew soda in order to play your Xbox. The verification can of Mountain Dew. You have to drink it in order to turn on your Xbox. Please drink a verification can. Still feeling sick from the 14? Force it down and grumble out, that hit the spot. Xbox does nothing. I attempt to smile. Connecting to verification server. Verification complete. Attempting to steal online gameplay. Out of verification cans, an order has been shipped and charged to your credit card. Drink half the can. Oh God, I'm going to be sick. Pour the last half out the window. Piracy detected. Please continue the advertisement to continue. So, this was a joke a long time ago. Mountain Dew found out about the joke, and they've got an even better one. And it's not a joke. So, you may find that Mountain Dew is in your chat at some point over the next week, self-promoting their stream. This is a collaboration between Twitch and Mountain Dew using AI to detect logos and packaging similar with their branding. Let's see if it works. Mountain Dew Gaming. User MTN Dew Gaming. So we've got it. And let's see if we can trigger it. Alrighty. So, put it right there. I feel like a hunter. I'm like trying to bait a deer. Come on, bro. Like, we love Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. We call on you. Please grace us with your presence. You have to say it 3 times in the bathroom with the lights off, right? And then Mountain Dew appears. Is that how it works? Bro, did we get him yet? Bro, where are they? Somebody's gotta let Mountain Dew it's not working. Let them know it's not working. What's this? Game? Maybe the game fuel. Maybe the game fuel. Okay, so Big Dew fan, Mountain Dew Raid is launching soon. Keep on #sippin' for your chance to be featured on the Twitch homepage. US 18 plus, 19 for whatever the fuck AL and NE means. Night Elf and Alabama ends on the 8th of December, okay? And then we've got a couple of other ones right here, and more posts right here. There it is again. And you can see that right here. #sippin'. Oh yeah, my camera's fucked up. I forgot all about that. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I think that should be a bit better, right? Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, that's better. We are good. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Mountain Dew Gaming. Let's actually look up the channel here and let's see what they have to say. Twitch.com/MTNDewGaming. So it had 13 viewers. Now I've obviously got like chat hoppers and stuff like that. Okay, raid, stream with Mountain Dew on Twitch. Get your chance to be featured on the Twitch homepage. Read more. Calling all streamers. Stream with a Mountain Dew bottle or can in plain sight during your stream. Once the first of its kind AI crawler spots this target, oh, I love that, you unlock a chance to get featured on the Twitch homepage or the Mountain Dew Gaming channel. Wow. How does the Raid AI technology work? During the live period, the Raid AI will crawl all concurrent live streams tagged under gaming solely for Mountain Dew products and logos. Once it identifies the presence of Mountain Dew, selected streamers will get a chat asking to opt in to join the raid. Once you accept, the Raid AI will be monitoring your stream for the presence of Mountain Dew. If you remove your dew, you'll be prompted to bring it back on camera. If you don't, you'll be removed from our participating streamers. This is so dystopian. I love this. This is amazing. Oh my god, dude, this is so good. Okay, be live on Twitch. Okay, yeah. How do I participate in the raid experience? You just have to stream at the channel. Any prizes? Definitely. Participating streamers will have the chance to be featured on the Mountain Dew Gaming Twitch channel. The Mountain Dew raid. You can be featured on this channel, guys. Listen, it's got well, it had 13 viewers before I pulled it up. Now there's 79. But let's see here, branded shelf and Twitch homepage, and Twitch homepage hero carousel. Streamers will also have a chance to receive one-on-one coaching with a professional streamer / content creator. You know who needs professional coaching with a streamer and content creator? The person who made this advertising campaign. Yeah, that's who needs it. Just DM me if you want any help next time, because this just makes you guys look like crazy assholes. Like, this is insane. It's so bad. Like, the optics on this are awful. And, like, obviously, this isn't, like, a big deal, right? I mean, it's not a big deal. But it's just funny because of how dystopian it is. It is. And so there's even a message. Let me see if I can find this here. Let's see here. Remember, folks, people are, like, banning Mountain Dew. I mean, this is clearly having, like, an opposite negative effect. The AI would notice my stream. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. This guy posted a picture, but I'm not seeing it right here. Let me go back. I'm just gonna see if I can find the media pictures, and I'll find it in just a minute. Oh yeah, so here we go. And this is what they say. This is what the AI bot says whenever you, does the streamer get anything out of this? Not proof, I'm worth buying a bottle. You will need to keep it on your screen from now until the 6th though. The bot will literally call you out if you don't. Wait up, where'd that dew go? Make sure you got those refills ready to go for the Mountain Dew raid. Start sipping 12/16. Guys, can we get a pog in chat for verification cans? Because in 2023, they're fucking real. Holy shit. They're doing it. Somebody read a 4chan copy pasta and they said, good idea. You need to drink 2 per hour or you're gonna get dropped. Yeah, exactly. Just don't buy the shit. No, I mean, like, okay, so you guys want actual, like, commentary on this, actual, like, opinion. Because obviously obviously I'm just joking around with a lot of it. I don't really see a problem with this, like, that much. I just think it's funny because of how out of touch it is. Like, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, it's funny to laugh at, but I really don't think this is, like, a huge problem or anything like that. It's just funny. And I don't know what else to say besides that. It has to be intentional. Oh, it's like that bad. It's done on purpose. There's no problem with it. It's just hilariously out of touch and desperate. Yeah, it is. It is amazing. Is it weird to say remove the can, we remove you? Yes, and that's why it's funny. Like, I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. That's the way any promotion works, right? I mean, let's be honest. Like, you know, you get paid for an advertising, and then, you know, you have to keep it up for that period of time, and if you don't, they don't pay you. It's that simple. If some streamers want to ban them for promoting their stream, it's fine. If they ban anyone else, I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, I think so too. And Dumbo corporate, what's this here? Some Dumbo corporate project manager idea. Yeah, I think that whoever had this idea probably, you know, like, I'm not gonna be too mean, okay? I just think next time they should just DM me and, you know, run it by me, and we'll have a little conversation about this, and I'll tell you how it's gonna go, okay? Yeah, something like this, it's just crazy. I think the best part is they don't care if it's out of touch or desperate. It's effective. If it's effective, that's all that matters. Well, I don't really think that it is, right? Whenever you alienate dozens of streamers, probably hundreds of streamers in the comments here, that are all banning your channel from their channel, and actively saying bad things about Mountain Dew, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that, I don't agree with this idea like all publicity is good publicity. That is not true. Like, there are a lot of times whenever a company gets bad attention and it really hurts that company. It actually does. Look at what happened with Artesian. Remember them? Yeah, no you don't, because they're gone. Look at what happened with Bud Light. Look at what happened with, like Bethesda, right? I mean, like, to a lesser extent, probably not as much. Balenciaga, maybe. Disney, yeah, look at what's happening with Disney right now. Gillette, I don't know about Gillette's actual numbers, so I can't be sure about that. But yeah, I have a negative opinion after they did that one advertising promotion for sure. Diablo 4, yeah. Look at Dragonflight's a great example of it. Like, oh, everybody's talking about how bad Shadowlands is. Yeah, that works until people just stop buying the next expansion, which is what happens. So yeah, I do think that this kind of stuff is negative, and it's not helpful, and that's it. So yeah, I mean, I did see it. I thought it was pretty funny, and we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, I think we can expect to see more of this stuff. Blizzard said they killed the servers, they have to clean up infrastructure change. Well, it is what it is, right? I mean, they'll fix it when they fix it. That's all there is to it. Banning won't stop them from watching your stream, grabbing frames and detecting products and training models for the future advertisements and all data. Same with TikTok trends, people are clueless. Well, here's the thing, is that I think that's okay. I think it's totally okay for them to scan your stream through AI. You know why? Because your stream's being provided on a public platform. And if you put your stuff out there publicly, you should expect the public to consume it. The idea that, like, you think you can put your stream out there and then other people can't look at your stream and then use it is insane. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. Maybe somebody can figure out a way that it's bad, but I certainly haven't figured one out myself. I think it has to be Twitch to get permission. Yeah, sure. The real question is, what hell kind of content is the word? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they were thinking with this kind of stuff, but yeah, there it is, guys. Mountain Dew Gaming. Oh my god. It's just so crazy. I saw this, I had to show you guys this because I thought it was so funny, man. Paying with exposure, too? You understand that paying with exposure is a meme, but it's also literally what marketing is, right? Marketing is paying with exposure. To say that exposure has no value is to say that marketing doesn't exist. Let's see here. This is all what TikTok is? Yep, exactly. So this is marketing? Absolutely this is marketing. Who do you think made this decision? You think this is somebody that works in the warehouse? No shit, it's marketing, yes! RIP influencers. Wow. That's really impressive, holy shit. Really? And this is it says reference image here, sorry. Oh my god. Let me pause it. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good too. That looks good. Like, you can see, obviously, the jawline is not the same. Oh my god. That's insane. Look at this. What a time to be alive, guys. How many people scared of shit like this? I don't know, man. No jiggle, though? Oh, I'm sure you can add that in. Oh my god. This is gonna have so many negative uses. Well, yeah, it definitely will be. Like, people are gonna use this to make porn of people without their consent. It's gonna be super popular. I mean, it already is, right? Remember, like, that Atrioc situation, etc. And, you know, like, he's really not special, right? I mean, everybody does this. Not everybody, but what I mean is, like, it is popular enough to where it is a known thing that everybody knows about, that this happens. And, my point is that whenever I see stuff like this, I find it to be very interesting. I think it is. It's extremely interesting. Self-snitching? No, I've never looked at... I don't know about, like, how the deepfake stuff works, honestly. I've seen AI porn before. Yeah, absolutely. But, like, deepfake stuff? No, I've never really looked into that, to be honest with you. And, yeah, imagine a scene of a person stabbing someone and now the real person gets arrested. Well, that's not necessarily true. Usually whenever you send evidence to the police like that, they, like, they don't just look at a picture and say, like, oh, wow, I guess this is real. Like, it doesn't happen. Now, I'm sure there are obviously, like, going to be growing pains with something like this, right? Because, rip servers, yeah, I know. And, I got booted, now I'm in queue. They always look for a victim, yeah, sure. And, cause, like, yeah, they're gonna go through the metadata, the EXIF data, the source where it comes from, etc., right? That's it. People are accusing me of lagging servers. Well, yeah, of course. That's why I'm not logged in, is because I knew that, you know, it's like, hey, don't come to school on Tuesday, right? I knew that today the servers were gonna go down because I was gonna be shutting them down. So that's why I didn't log in. I think most people should probably know that, right? Yeah, that's just how it is. So yeah, everybody on the forums, you're right. It is me shutting down the servers, and you're welcome. Now you can go outside and get a life. I love the word. I love how people use the word influencer now instead of whore. I mean, this is a whore? What's wrong with you? Who posts something like this? Like, it's just like, it's like weird incel shit, man. Like, god damn. I'm gonna ban this guy. It's a bit much, right? It's like, it's just so over the line, right? I mean, guys, I've got no problem if you guys want to be like Coomers or whatever. Like, I don't care about that. But, like, sometimes, like, some of y'all, like, really take it over the line with, like, saying this stuff. Women are gonna have a bad time. Like, this is just like a woman thing, etc. Like, somehow y'all, like, really, you guys really go over the line with this shit, right? Like, just try to be normal. Like, please, just try to be normal, guys.
Are you ready for your milkies? Yeah, you really want some milkies, don't you? Yeah. Too bad.
Oh god, that's so good. Holy shit, that is amazing. Wow. Oh god. Go back. Yeah, okay guys, it's fixed. It's okay. Everything's okay, guys. Yeah, don't worry. Ban this guy? Yeah, I know. Yeah, guys. Rewind. Oh, go back. I found your future wife. Oh, okay. Making sandwiches until I get a boyfriend, part 25.
Making sandwiches until I get a boyfriend, part 25.
Uh-huh. It's a good steak. Yeah. Ooh, why'd she put that in there? Oh, bro, like that. What are those? You got. What the fuck? That's so much work. Just go to McDonald's. I mean, I guess I would eat that. Yeah, I probably would eat that. Yeah, does it matter? Should be doing all the work for you? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'd probably still eat it or whatever. That'd be fine. But if she makes it for you, yeah, exactly. That's great. Yeah, what a... her title, 18 plus, UESGF, use GIF, mommy, please lend 1 ounce of milk, omega large. All right, here we go. Let's see it. Boys. Wow. Play it again. Yeah, that's what it is. So some people are really getting in their feelings about this, getting upset about it. And what the fuck is happening? Yeah, no, that's the way it is. And someone goes, they say, yo, Twitch, this should not be taking y'all's day to ban this shit. I'm so fucking tired of y'all porn bullshit. They let slide on the site. They have rules in place to ban explicit positions and actions, yet they let it slide. Porn has a place and it's not Twitch. I don't know why people get upset about this shit. Like, am I the only person that just thinks this shit is funny? Like, am I weird for just not giving a fuck about? I think this is funny.
What's our target this time? A special kind of bamboo.
I heard it's worth a lot.
A chance to fill our pockets. Then what are we waiting for? Okay. You guys ready?
Jesus.
Let's go. I'm the diamond. I'm the ring.
Oh my god.
Treasure. A little bit tricky. I know your secret. I draw your dream. Still hard, don't blame it coming.
Oh my fucking god. So does this mean they're not gonna nerf her outfit? Like what? Jesus Christ. Oh my fucking god. Farming Sims? Yeah. Wow. Man. Man.
We need a speech, by the way.
Yeah, we do. Guys, we gotta talk about this real quick, alright? This...
ご機嫌うるわしゅう。
In edit mode, press M and merge the default cube to one vertex. Make sure you're in vertex select mode, then press A so the vertex is definitely selected. Press E to extrude it and create some branches. Rotate the view occasionally while you do this. In object mode, add a skin modifier. Go back to edit mode and press A to select all the vertices, then press Ctrl A and drag the mouse. This changes the weight of the vertices. You can also do this for individual vertices and use proportional editing. It's easier to select individual vertices. In wireframe mode. In edit mode, press M and merge the default cube to one vertex. Make sure you're in vertex select mode, then press A so the vertex is definitely selected. Press E to extrude it and create some branches. Rotate the view occasionally while you do this. In object mode, add a skin modifier. Go back to edit mode and press A to select all the vertices, then press Ctrl A and drag the mouse. This changes the weight of the vertices. You can also do this for individual vertices and use proportional editing. In edit mode, press M. In edit mode, press M and merge the default cube to one vertex. Make sure you're in vertex select mode. Convert the particle system and remove it. Use the Images as Planes add-on to import a leaf image with an alpha channel. You can add some loop cuts and give the leaf a minimal amount of bending. If you don't want to use transparency, you can press K for the knife tool and cut out the leaf shape. Select the vertex at the base of the leaf and press Shift S cursor to select it. Then in object mode, go to Object, Origin, Origin to 3D cursor. Select all the twigs and press Ctrl J to join them. Then apply the skin modifier. Add an advanced hair particle system to the twigs. Use the leaf object to render the particle and random.
you.